River Trail. This is a trail that's right next to the Delaware River. This is the Taconi boat launch, is this section. This has been here forever. People go fishing here, they launch their boats. We'll go over there. But they have this trail that, 10 years ago, it's opened up. It was expanded. And it talks about the history of, the trail talks about the history of what used to be here. It talks about the Frankfurt Arsenal, which is beyond there, and how there used to be an arsenal bunker somewhere around here. If you walk around this trail, you'll see remains, or what remains of yesterday, some chunks of old concrete, overgrown with some weeds. Now, doing this walk in January, this will kind of be like a little experiment. I'm going to do this trail once a season, just to see what it looks like in spring and winter. These guys like racing cars. Oh, they are racing cars. RC Pro-Am. Oh, they're drag racing. Oh, there they go. Oh, I hope you guys get to see that. So this is all the parking. But the way you get in here is through, there's a parking, it's a Dietz & Watson. That's the Dietz & Watson plant right there. You go through the Dietz & Watson parking lot, and you come in here and park. But it's closed for the season, I believe. So to sneak in here, I'll show you where you have to, well, not sneak in here, to get in here, this is how you do it. And when I'm walking, if you look above, I believe this used to be an old railroad trail. Matter of fact, it definitely was an old railroad trail. Back there is the Frankfurt Arsenal. I don't know what that building is, but that just popped up recently, that big white building. And then there's the Dietz & Watson lunch meat factory. That's where they make Dietz & Watson lunch meat. Ham, cheese, hot dogs. I was hoping we'd get a race. Some people take that remote control car racing for real. They put more money into their RC Pro-Ams than they do their own car. Some more historical signs. Talks about the Diston Sawmill and the Kensington Tacony Railroad. Henry Diston, who Diston Street's named after, had a factory. Alright, let's see. This is the boat launch, where you have to have a license to launch a boat from here. And I found this out the hard way. I used to have a kayak. Oh, I still do have a kayak. I used to still have a kayak. And I would launch it from here. I go back to the Betsy Ross Bridge back there, and I go over to the Tacony, Palmyra. There's the Palmyra Cove over there, and you need to have a sticker on your kayak when you launch. Apparently, if you don't do that, you can get a ticket. I got pulled over in my kayak twice. Matter of fact, this is where I got the nickname Captain. Right here, right in that spot. This is where I got the nickname Captain. But yeah, I went kayaking one day, and I was listening to a Phillies game out there. I probably had a 6-pack of beer, and I came strutting up when it was dark out, and the park rangers that were here, they're like, "Yeah, were you just out there in your kayak?" And I said, "Yeah, you can't be out there in the dark. You don't have any reflective gear or anything." I said, "No, I was just right there. Yeah, you can't do that." Said, where's your launch sticker? And I said, what's that? And then they tell you, yeah, that was. So then I got this $50 ticket or something. It was a ticket, and then I had to produce the sticker within a certain amount of time for the fine to go away. And then another time I was out there kayaking, and I was by the Tacony Palmyra Bridge, and then the Coast Guard, I was like chilling near one of those pylons or whatever the hell they're called, and the Coast Guard come strutting up to me. Not strutting, they come floating up to me and like, "Yeah, what are you doing?" "I'm just kayaking, listening to the Phillies, you know me." I said, "You can't do that. You can't hang out here. Did you hear about 9/11? They blow up shit. You can't blow up shit. Get out of here." They chased me away. So the trail is right here. I'm in the parking lot. I just wanted to get some nice shots of the river. And like I said, up until about a decade ago, this parking lot and over there, this is all we had access to. Unless you were like a boat club member. But in the summertime, people have music playing, out here fishing. If you do come here, there's like some sections off the trail where it's kind of wooded. I would say be careful if you want to go exploring there. I think sometimes there's homeless people that camp out back there. I don't think they're going to attack you or anything, but just, if you see a person, if you see a tent, or if you see, just respect it. Don't trash it. Who the hell am I talking to? Who's watching this? Who's the asshole that's destroying the homeless person's tent? There's an old beam. What was that? What could that have been? See? If you face this way, it's not that bad. Just don't turn around. Yeah, no, this is like the wooded area I was telling you about. Me and Rick the puppy, we went exploring. I found a homeless man. Like, I think it was like a homeless community. It was like 2 or 3 tents. Look at this. Look at this. Old building. There used to be a TV show I used to watch called like 100 Years After Man. And they would show you what the world would be like after like humans go off the earth, and this is kind of an example of what would happen. Alright, look, I'm gonna risk my life. Alright, do me a favor, hit like, because I'm risking my life right now. So there was one tent back there, and it looks like people were dumping trash back there. I can't. Oh, Mathis Baldwin. There we go. Baldwin Locomotive. You see that house? You see that house? That's what that used to be here. And the guy who, that's where his mansion was. The guy who invented the Baldwin Locomotive. The same locomotive that's inside the Franklin Institute. That's where he lived, that guy. Say that locomotive in the Franklin Institute, the reason why that was put in the museum was it was too heavy and train tracks couldn't support it. So it would drive down railroads, splitting railroad tracks. So they put it in the museum. And I know it kind of looks like everything's abandoned, but these businesses are open. This is a recycling business. This is where people usually dump their trash. But that seems crazy to go all the way back there to dump trash, unless that's like the homeless people's stuff. And this trail is going to expand. It's going to be much longer. It's going to connect Bridesburg, Tacony, and I think it's supposed to go all the way up into where that mansion is, the Glen Ford mansion. That's going to be a hell of a bike trail. And then that's going to connect to the trail in Port Richmond. You're going to be able to go pretty, like the whole Delaware River in about a decade. People are like, oh, the city of Philadelphia is a shithole. I mean, yeah, it's got its flaws, but yo, we're going to have the prettiest, well, one of the prettiest bike trails. Well, one of the one of the longest trails near water. It's not pretty because all this shit's going on. If you know anything about this trail, do you know, did they just pave over the old railroad tracks or did they dig them up? Because I think digging them up would be an extra step. Get out of here. If you look, there's an old millstone right in there in the river. If you look around, which I guess I shouldn't be doing, this is a walking video, you can find like old glass and machine parts. Just I don't know if you notice. I've been the only person on this trail for a while now. And they do have volunteer groups that come by and clean up the trail. They do it a lot in the summertime and the spring. Yeah. It's a goddamn shame how people just don't care about their trash. Okay, so this street here, you can park your car. And this is where you can get into this section. Also, back where I said where they dump trash, you could also get into that section. There it is. See, here's where the Coast Guard are. The auxiliary, that's where they got me. I didn't realize they were stationed right there. And this is another street. Dumping is a big problem. Trash dumping in the city. Go all the way down there. Tires. There's been an abandoned boat there for years. But there's a bunch of spots. I don't know. Well, I haven't lived in any other city, so I don't know if that's an issue in other. I'm sure it's an issue in other places. I don't know why the city just doesn't put up a camera on a pole, like one of those hunting cameras where they get set off if somebody moves. Just put a few there. Who cares? They might cost like $100, but the money we spend cleaning that shit up would save us. See, that's why I should be mayor. And they keep this grows like crazy. All this tall grass. And they talk about the animals that live in this section. There is a bald eagle that flies around here. I never see it, or if I do see it, I think it's a hawk. Back there, that's an abandoned mausoleum. Now, it's not really abandoned. There's an owner that owns it, but it's so badly neglected. You know what? Maybe I'll do a walking video in there. I made so many videos in there. You guys can see what it's like unedited. If you ride your bike on State Road, it's a suicide mission every time you do it. So every time I go to the Northeast, I always go 4 blocks out of my way to ride this trail. It's safer, it's prettier, you know. I am still the only person on here. I guess a river trail in January isn't the most popular spot. It's 48 degrees right now. Now, if you're in this section, they have trails that you can walk off of, and there are not homeless people living there, so it's okay to walk them. Or there might be homeless people. Let's check. You know what? No, there's people here. That is it's a water processing plant. It's called the Taconi. I think it's called the Taconi. There was a sign up there. Anyway, that was the biggest water processing station in the world when it was first built. And it was supposed to help pump fresh water into this section of Philadelphia. Tacony, Tarsdale, Mayfair. Oh no, the trail, well, we're going to end it here. Oh, you know, I'll walk one of those back ones. There it is. Oh my goodness, the trail is closed. And so the trail does go past the Taconi Bridge when this isn't going on. And you could drive it up, ride it up about another 500 yards, and then the trail just ends. Landers Point Pumping Station, that's it. For 200 years. In 1909, this was part of the largest pumping station in the world. And it is still in use today. And there's the Tacony Palmyra Bridge. Before there was a bridge, there was a ferry. F-E, not F-A. And you would pay to take the ferry over. And I think the guy who owned the ferry owned the bridge. Look at this. Opened in 1929. It's take the bridge now. It's $4 cash, $3 easy pass. Now here's the problem with this bridge: it opens. You don't ever want to get stuck on it when it opens. One week I got stuck when the bridge opened twice in 1 week. I got stuck in 2 bridge openings in 1 week, and I said to myself, we will always pay $1 extra to take the Betsy Ross Bridge, because time is valuable. I guess you can see this pier. There's a little pier here you go fishing off of. Listen. Oh, getting dark out. Go down here. So it's not that long of a trail. I walked the whole trail in about 25 minutes. This is an extended part of the trail that you can take when you get to Landers Point. In the summertime, this place is, I don't know, it's like gnats and bugs and birds and it's going to be neat to see the difference of this, of what it looks like in June. You can go off even here. We're going to wrap it up here. Hey, if you like this video and you enjoy going on walks, hit subscribe. Why not? Subscribe. Help me out. I'm very close to 5,000 subscribers. If I'm over 5,000 subscribers, I'm nowhere near 6,000 subscribers. So help me out on my quest to 6,000. Oh yeah, do me a favor, hit like too. That's nice, right? All this walking. I gotta tell you, my hips hurt. After some days of doing these videos, I walk so far, I just keep going and going. And then the next day, I'm like, why are my hips hurt? Because you're middle-aged and out of shape, stupid. That's why. Alright, well make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll sail with you later. Toodles!